welcome to another New Heights bonus video presented by Wave Sports and Entertainment. It's time for the weekend preview where we'll talk about our upcoming games and what other stuff we want to talk about. So get ready for it. All right, Trev, you want to get to the week 3 look ahead?
Week 5, brother.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Let's get into week 5. Eagles at Rams. Rams coming off a big week in week 4. They just beat the Colts in OT, a big time overtime thriller. Now 2-2 on the season. It's always been a challenge to go up against Aaron Donald. When you think of Rams, you think of Aaron Donald because
that's for damn sure on defense. Every offensive lineman thinks about that.
Yeah, all game. Thinking about 9-9. Who's off to a great start to the season.
Shocker.
What's the biggest thing, without giving away, you know, how you guys are going to try and handle that absolute beast? What's the biggest thing when you think of playing AD?
I mean, he's the most complete player ever to play defensive line.
Yeah,
I think.
Shit.
Yeah, is that aggressive?
Thunder, lightning, mentality. Skill.
I mean, he's got speed and power and quickness and twitchiness, and he's smart, and he understands how to avoid being double teamed. He understands all this stuff.
Leverage.
You know, it's a guy that you have to know where he's at all times. He'll move everywhere. Everybody can get some. He ain't just going to limit it to one player. He's going to go on the tackle, the guard, the center.
The can man.
Oh, my gosh.
Anybody can get it.
Anybody can get it. And he can go around you or through. I like that. Maybe that is the nickname for AD, the can man. He can go around you. He can go through you. He can go over you. I mean, Jesus.
Man, I forget. Adrian Bronner was the one that came up with that one. At least the first person I've ever heard come up with it. He said he was fighting a Hispanic boxer, I believe.
Yeah.
He said, anybody can get it. Mexican, American, African. Call me the can man. And then I think he went and got knocked out the next fight. Either way.
If AD's training videos of training with full-blown knives aren't enough to make you terrified, watching his tape is more than enough. There's a reason he's probably the best defensive lineman player of our era. I mean, he is completely dominated and taken over games. So, yeah, I think he's probably the most highly thought of and game planned against defensive player in the NFL.
Well, it's your first time playing in SoFi, man. You got to go to his territory, man. The Rams house. Whose house? Rams house. Last time you guys played the Rams was in 2020 in Philly.
Yeah.
The last time you played in Los Angeles, it was at the 2018 at the Coliseum. I think I remember that fucking game. Tricky Nicky Foles led you guys to a big W. I was in the house.
Well, half
for
of
sure.
it was Carson, but Nicky came in off the bench for sure. Oh, that was the next year.
That was 2018, not 17.
17 was the year that Nick came in off the bench for Carson. In 2018, was Nick already the starter at that point?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
I vividly remember Nick Foles being the starter in that game.
Right.
I was also extremely hammered. They sell tall boys there, and I had a few.
You were at the game?
Yeah, I remember coming to that game. I said what's
wow.
up to my guy Aaron Judge afterwards, man. That was cool meeting him for the first time up there.
Well, I remember both of them, but apparently I don't remember well enough who the quarterback was. But yeah, excited to play in SoFi. Went to the Super Bowl in SoFi when the Rams won it.
I fucking hate that fucking Super Bowl.
I mean, that was a electric stadium, to say the least.
Yeah. Well, I hope you guys don't play during the day where the sun is just beating on the top of that magnifying glass that covers SoFi Stadium because it can get hot as fuck in there. There's no AC. Is it an open stadium? So you're technically outside with a magnifying glass over top of you. So
I've heard people complain about
and it's turf. So
I was about to say, I've heard people complain about the turf. Is it as hard as people make it out to be? Like it's like a particularly hard turf.
Do you know what? I don't know if it's necessarily how hard turf is anymore. Right now, they're doing this weird thing where they put a lot of the like the black pellets, the rubber pellets.
Yeah, the rubber. Yeah.
They put a lot of those in there. So it's almost like you're standing like on top of the turf instead of like sinking in and it feels like you're like on an unstable surface.
Dude, I hate that. Yeah.
Like I don't think they have the right kind of, what is it? I don't even know what it's called.
They don't have the
sufficient amount of black pellets. I think they're overdoing the black pellets to try and make the turf softer than what it feels like.
Gotcha.
and it's making this surface kind of feel like it's a little unstable and like kind of wears and tears on your joints. I know I'm feeling it in my joints after this past weekend.
Sounds great. Looking forward to this game.
Yeah, no, I'm in. I got a turf game again. I told you I count them all, and we got 2 back to back. I'm in Minnesota, but let's get back to your game.
We got SoFi and we got 2 games at MetLife this year. So
yeah, cross country flights, man.
Yeah.
You feel like you got the drag? Yeah, you gotta love a good 5-hour flight just to play a game in less than 12. Do long travel days have a big impact on you?
I mean, I think they probably do. I think, of course it does, but you don't know that it does. I don't think you ever notice it when you're playing.
You don't think like, oh man, I got to go over. Like it's
man, I'm so sleepy from that flight. Like that doesn't go through your head. Obviously, there's statistical relevance with how far teams travel and the success in those games. But
you do anything different to prepare or anything?
I do. Longest thing on flights, or the biggest thing on flights, is to make sure that you're hydrating, because the flight can take it out of you. You can lose track of drinking water and fluids while you're sitting in a seat for 5 hours. I think for me, I do my beet juice before the flight to make sure my circulation is up.
Ooh, is this fresh pressed beet juice from your garden in the back?
No, it's not. Maybe one day it will be, but no, this is just like a beet product that they have in the Eagles facilities. I make sure that I'm getting sodium in on the flight and plenty of fluids so that the hydration is high. Download some really cool movies and shows that I'm looking forward to watching. Maybe download a new game on my phone if you're going to have some time. So,
dude, I'm so fortunate. I don't have to deal with this shit. I live in slap dab the middle of America.
That's a good point.
So my flights don't go over 3 hours. What's the furthest trip
for you guys? That's the furthest trip is 3 hours?
I think 3 and some change, maybe to like Boston or Seattle.
Yeah. Well, good for you guys. That's awesome. That is not the case for us.
That's why I love playing in Kansas City. You really don't feel like you ever like are out of your time zone. Like flights, I've never like felt the impact of a long flight, I guess.
I don't think I've ever noticed the impacts from flights either, but apparently they happen.
And I sleep on flights like a fucking baby.
Yeah, I got no issue sleeping.
I'll be 10 minutes into the flight and I'll be knocked out and wake up as we're landing. Like I don't even realize we're in the air very long.
Especially, like, I don't even know if I want to say this because Apple is not a sponsor, but them AirPod Maxes, them noise canceling features on those, I ain't hearing shit.
Not right now.
Completely out.
Beats got that too, so shout out to Beats.
Nice.
You want to get to my game?
Chiefs at Vikings.
Minnesota, eh?
Vikings coming off a win. The Vikings just beat the Panthers 21-13 to get their first win of the season. The defense is led by defensive coordinator Brian Flores. We played him a couple weeks ago.
Yes, sir.
They recorded 5 sacks and a fumble returned for a touchdown this last game.
Yeah, they can create some havoc, man.
Yeah, what are the challenges that you think about when you're going up against a Brian Flores New England style defense?
Well, I think the biggest thing is he tries to create, pressure, not necessarily from just blitzing, but just pressure to get you to think fast, right? Trying to get you to trick you, trying to get you to think fast.
It's almost like simulated pressure. Like it's like what you think if like most teams, it'd be like a 5 or 6 man rush with the blitz, but they're really only bringing 3 or 4 guys. It's just from positions that all of a sudden you either got to throw hot or you got to make a decision quick.
That's exactly right. And they're not afraid to go cover 0 on every down possible. I think I saw it in your game. They were kind of just firing the cannons on first, second down when, and especially when it was like a big 3rd down conversion in the game.
No doubt.
So you just got to be ready for it all, to be honest. And that's a challenge. I think it's a little bit more, a little easier when you know exactly what a team's going to do and you can kind of, see it pre-snap. These guys, you got to play more instinctual and always have an answer. And it's going to be a big challenge for us. It's going to be a big challenge.
And whenever you're playing these guys that have the New England background, a lot of their defenses end up being game plan specific. So it's going to be, a lot of it, the first quarter is going to be, hey, what's the flavor for today? What are they doing? What's Brian kind of bringing at us? I'll tell you who you are going to notice, Ivan Pace.
You see?
Former Bearcat, one of the inside linebackers. Dude, we played against him. I'm not kidding you. That dude is a freaking beast. He is all over the place.
I love it, man.
Quick twitch. A little bit smaller, but don't play like it.
I'm just going down the line, baby. Just one UC grade after the next.
I know he was at Miami for a couple years and then transferred to Cincy, I think to play with his brother, actually, for his senior year. He was only at Cincinnati for 1 year, I think.
Hey, once a Bearcat, always a Bearcat, baby.
Check him out. I tried to talk to him after the game. He big timed me. He went back in, didn't get a chance to talk to him after the game.
He lost. It was,
Anyways, are you at all worried about Kirktober? I don't know if you're aware of this, but for some reason, October is the month where Kirk Cousins has his best win-loss record, 15-5.
Damn. I would also like to know what Pattober looks like. Because that boy moaned.
Just start throwing Pat in front of every month because that's
yeah.
We got Pat Vember, Pat Tober, Pat September, Pat August. What was Pattist? Yeah, that's hilarious. Patuary.
Ooh, Pat's 14-7. Similar. I would say I'm more so worried about what we're doing as an offense than I'm worried about what they're doing as an offense. We gotta be able to go out there and handle our business. I talked about it earlier in the week. I'm excited for the challenge to be able to go out and put just a full 4-quarter game together, man, and stop killing ourselves.
Well, it's the first time you guys are playing in Minnesota since 2015.
Yeah, man. Gopher Stadium, brother.
Is this this is the first time in the new stadium?
Second time I saw Justin Timberlake perform.
Dude, this stadium is awesome. You saw the Super Bowl 52, but this is your first time
perform
playing?
At your Super Bowl, Jason. I know. I've been to the stadium
I said
before.
Super Bowl 52. No, I'm talking about playing. Your first time playing in the stadium.
100%.
The last time you guys played the Vikings was 2019. Chiefs won 26-23. Before that, you haven't played Minnesota since 2015. We just talked about that. When you played in the Minnesota Golden Gopher Stadium.
Yeah, Golden Gophers, baby. Now, that turf was hard as fuck.
What was that game like?
I remember playing there, and Sendejo was the safety next to my guy Harrison, and he actually came down and kind of rodeo tackled me, and face went straight into the ground. Helmet shaves off like a layer of skin, like it's like a fucking Italian deli, and it was just flapping there, hanging off. I'm just looking at it like, what the fuck just happened to me? And then blood just started flowing down, and so I had to get that thing. So the last time I was in Minnesota, it looked like I had a diaper on my fucking nose.
Had that JJ Watt look going.
Yeah, then I had to go get stitches and throw on a face mask or a shield. I felt like a fucking jabroni for 3 games straight. I had that, and then I had a fucking I had cracked my ribs in Los Angeles or San Diego 2 games before that. So I had a rib cage fucking bad, and then I had just this fucking nose cast. And I felt like a dumbass.
Shout out to Andrew Sendejo.
Buckle up. Keep that chin strap tight, man. Make sure that thing doesn't slide around on you.
It's your first time playing in US Bank Stadium. First time you'll be at the stadium since the Eagles Super Bowl. Are you looking forward to playing in a new place? How many stadiums have you not played in? Is this the only one? I've played in them all, man. I've played in every single one of them. This is the only one I haven't played in. I think we both are going to be complete NFL stadium lists by the end of the season, because I'll play in SoFi this week. Well, I've played a preseason in Atlanta. I haven't played a regular season in the new Atlanta stadium. I might have. Did I? I don't think so. I don't fucking know. I feel like I played in every single one of them, no? I think I'm the same way in Jacksonville. I don't think I played a regular season in Jacksonville. Have you ever played in San Diego? Do they still play at that soccer stadium? You mean L.A.? Did you ever play in San Diego? Yeah, of course. I didn't know you played in San Diego. Cool. Mm-hmm. All right. Keep it moving. I was about to tell you that I'm better than you. That's all I got for you, man. I'm excited to play in US Bank Stadium. I think it's one of the cooler venues that the NFL has. It's a home field advantage like none other, man. They got that. I don't think I have played in San Diego. I completely lied. I never played in San Diego. You fucking cocks. Because we played them in that soccer fucking stadium that they were playing in. That was in Los Angeles. That wasn't in San Diego. Well, they had just moved, but I don't know if they had changed their name that year. They had changed their name that year. They have to. I only played the San Diego Chargers once. Yeah, well, it's been the LA Chargers every year after that. Yeah, I'm excited for US Bank. Shout out to Skull Nation or whatever they call themselves, man. I'm pumped to go into a hostile environment, man. I love that shit. Hey, they'll be doing the Skull chants all over the place. All right. We talked about it in the episode this week, but we really want to break down Khalil Mack's 6-sack game. Let's get to it. All right, let's start watching it, man. Come on. Let's see what these 6 sacks look like. We're watching this live too, by the way. We haven't seen any of it. All righty. 3rd and 7.
Ooh, the little TE stunt. Got the tackle and guard. That's pretty good. I'll tell you what, that was the D tackle that just helped him out right there. That's good team ball. Was. Left tackle 1-on-1, and that's a bull rush, and that is a sack fumble.
That was off a 5-man front.
I think he has 2 of those sack fumbles today. O'Connell wearing the old Raiders 4. All right.
Oh no.
Ooh, I don't. Did they give that? That was a sack.
Well, if you create a fumble, it counts as a sack. 5-man rush. Hard to get double teams on it when it's a 5-man rush.
Yeah. Also, I mean, we got to find a way to get the ball out quicker. You know what I mean? That's an offense. Oh my God. I mean, I don't
think you could have got it out quicker on that one. It was on him quick.
Yeah.
Is that Derwin James on the running back?
That was their middle linebacker. Yeah.
So they're mugging guys up to prevent anybody from getting out to help Khalil.
So far, we've seen power and speed.
Yep.
Here he is against the left tackle again. Ooh, he got a little chip on the running back and then just, All
right. That's a fluke.
I mean, that's not a fluke. That's a sack.
Yeah, but he didn't do anything. He chipped the running back and the tackle went back into.
What do you mean? If he doesn't finish this play, that could be a big play right there.
Stop. All right.
Ooh, that was a chip. Got through the chip. That was a chip by the running back. Got through the chip. Made a good move on the right tackle there.
Just leave the tight end in, though. That's it.
Deal with that twice this year. Yeah. Well, I mean.
Well, so he had 1 off of a chip pro. He had 2 forced fumbles.
And then he had
the
2
one TE early.
He had 2 just out working, not having the motor to just finish the play, man.
Yeah.
There were definitely defensive line sacks, though. Like, there were other guys doing unbelievable jobs to kind of let Khalil come and clean it up. You know what I mean? Like, there were a few TEs, there were a few guys just running through gaps, making the quarterback move up in the pocket.
I would agree with that.
That's what you get when you get a good fucking defense, a good D line, everybody working together.
I know this. I didn't see 2 people on him, not one of them sacks. That's all I know. I don't give a fuck about any of this. I'm firm on, you can't just let a guy fucking take over a game like that. I mean, that is ridiculous.
Never say never.
I know. I'm about to play one this week. Fuck!
That showed us everything we needed to know. Khalil Mack's a beast. All right, cool. Good luck in LA, and I'll take the best of luck going up to Minnesota, brother.
All righty, bro.
All right, now that wraps up our weekend preview. Make sure you comment on what clips you want us to show in the future editions of the bonus video, and make sure you subscribe to New Heights channel on YouTube, so you know exactly when the next full show and bonus video drop. Thank you, as always, 92%ers, for tuning in. Peace!